Should be good. Thank you. Supposed to be green?
Is that supposed to be green?
Yes. We're good. I've got audio, so we're good.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Any additions, corrections, or changes to the agenda?
Nope.
Okay, if not, the agenda will stand as published. Approval of the invoices. Everybody a chance to review the bills that Kathy sent out?
Yes.
Any questions on those?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the invoices?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug,
I'll second.
second by Dean, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries. Okay, jump right into reports. Mike, what do you have for us
Okay,
tonight?
first up this evening, we have the 2026 Bristol Fire Department contract for services for you folks to approve. The amount is $900,000. Pretty similar to last year's.
Yeah, that's pretty much, wasn't it?
Mhm.
I make a motion, we approve the fire department contract for 2026.
Second.
Motion by Kathy, second by Dean, open for discussion. No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries.
Okay, next up is, it's a topic.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I jumped right in.
Just
We are.
Just a sidebar, how's the township contract look this year?
Same as yours.
Same amount? Okay.
Good.
Okay.
One always like that.
We worked hard.
Yep. Ready to go?
Yep, ready to go.
Okay. Topic we talked about a couple of months ago is 14 Shore Manor. That's a home that's a rental house right now that's adjacent to our wastewater treatment plant. And if we can acquire that property, it allows us to have access to the backside of the plant. But in addition now, we need to install a new water main to our plant. We have two options. One is to go through the Shore Manor property, which is going to save us about $40,000 to $50,000 over the other option, which is to go underneath. And we'll actually have to open cut State Road 120 and close 120 for a couple days. So, and that'll cost $40,000 more. So as it turns out, the owner of the property is now willing to sell. The assessed value is about $85,000. I think we talked at that seemed kind of cheap for that property, but they have agreed to, I think it's $100,000. 105, which I think is reasonable. And the other use we can, provided we can make arrangements with the renter there, but we can use that house for the office and lab for the wastewater treatment plant as we rebuild that facility. So there's a lot of uses for that. And so you have the instructions on how we move forward to acquire that.
Correct.
Yes.
So the text of the resolution here, so that's the context behind the acquisition. Essentially there was appraisals for the property and that came back at like the 80,000 number, and it was not particularly significant. And the property owner at that amount basically said, pound sand, I'm not interested in selling at that price. Well, the town has eminent domain authority. And as part of the eminent domain authority, the town has an obligation to negotiate in good faith to purchase the property. So with some of those negotiations, the property owner has effectively indicated, hasn't agreed obviously, but has indicated that an acceptable purchase price would be $105,000. The town is empowered under the Eminent Domain Act to make that purchase. However, the town has to initiate the eminent domain process in order to do that. So what this resolution effectively calls for is to say, begin the process of condemnation under the statute, which authorizes you to pay a little more than what the average of the two appraisals is. So the resolution authorizes the uniform offer letter that's provided for by statute, which I will prepare and send to the landowner's attorney, who I've been in discussions with. And if we have every expectation that that would be accepted, and then there would be a formal purchase agreement provided, and the town would be in position to close on that purchase pursuant to the terms of the letter within about 30 days. So that would be the process. This is, this isn't to scare anybody with the idea of, oh, this is condemnation. This is really a hyper-technical application of the statute in order to accomplish this end. And I believe the landowner's attorney is aware of that as well. So that's the process here.
Okay.
So that's the fifth property in, correct? It's not the one on the corner, it's the fifth
No.
property in.
Correct. I don't know if it's number 5, but it's,
Yeah.
5 or 6
I'm
in
looking
there.
at Elevate, so
Okay.
I was just wondering,
Yeah, that's that one.
that's that one.
Just to make it abundantly clear, this is a number that the landowner seems happy with. It's not.
it was their offer.
Okay, I just want to
It was
make,
their
like,
counter offer.
yeah, from what I'm hearing from the town, like, that
This is what they want.
issue, I just want to make sure that it's clear that that's what they want, like,
Yeah,
this isn't some forceful action.
I
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
I can represent to the council that the conversation with the attorney was, what would your client take? And the 105 was the number. I'll let the town know, and if they're agreeable,
Okay.
then they'll resolve to make that offer.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's,
And that's what this does.
it's not a normal eminent domain thing.
No,
It's
no,
only-
so
only-
the-
Yeah, it's,
Correct.
they're selling it and this is to rush it along.
In a sense, now, the town does have a legitimate public purpose. It's not as
Yeah.
if this is some end around, this isn't a creative way to do it. I mean, if the landowner were to respond to the offer letter with the 105,000 and say, no, the number's now 1 million, then you've already begun the process of, well, we need to
Yeah.
acquire your property and we
Yeah.
have legitimate public purpose, and so
Okay.
statute.
Because we have a legitimate purpose to acquire the property.
That's correct.
And what,
And it's helpful because we also have a willing seller.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
so eventually, what do we plan on after we have the new offices and everything? Would that be just, the house would be destroyed? I mean, it's an R1, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know, I guess we'll figure
So-
out what we want to do with that property at that time. It'll be sometime late fall, I would guess.
I mean, we could make a road going in there.
So it gives us an alternative drive into the treatment plant
we
if you
will
ever expand again.
Definitely need that. So
Yeah.
my guess is we probably be recommending demolition of the house at some.
I did talk to Mike about possible options for that property too. And we have to figure out the legal ease end of this, but if the town owns a house, and if we partnered with the hub, you and I talked
Mhm.
about it, if we partner with the hub, if there's a family that maybe they're displaced or they just need a place to stay, is it potentially something that the town could partner with the hub to say, for a short period of time, you can stay here, at no cost? Just as a benefit to the residents of the town. Now, we'd have to go through all the legal motions to make sure everything was kosher there, but just something I thought of.
Sure. That's, I don't think there's no express prohibition on that type of arrangement.
Okay.
We just need to structure it appropriately.
Because the hub is always looking for new ways to help the community, whether it's,
Where they have a fire.
the pantry or job services, placement services, whatever it may be. So this may be just another offering that the hub could provide if it, number one, we have to get the house and figure out, is it livable?
Yeah.
So just a thought.
That's got an attached garage, right?
I believe it does, yes. Mhm.
I'm thinking,
Okay.
Yeah, if I may note, for the council's edification as well, this is with reference to agenda item E, the Hitch Holdings matter. There's, it's included in this resolution mostly for a matter of well, probably more convenience. There is a paragraph in here that authorizes some due diligence with regards to some of the Hitch Holding properties as well.
Oh, you combined it into this.
They're both germane,
Okay.
and so it
No.
doesn't authorize an offer, doesn't authorize the proceedings, but to engage in the any land investigation,
Initiate.
surveying.
Do you want to just table this until we go through the Hitch Holdings discussion then? So we're doing both at the same time? Obviously,
That would be fine.
Yeah.
It's, they're tied in there so that you don't have,
or we
two
can-
resolutions that look nearly identical.
Okay, okay, we'll just hit pause on that and go
Okay.
through a couple other quick things and we'll get to Hitch Holdings. Next kind of simple things, JPR's annual engineering services contract is there for your approval and signature. This is what we use for all of our community crossing grant application things, other plan reviews, general engineering services that we need, use JPR for.
What's the annual amount?
It's on as needed basis.
Okay,
So it's a.
Oh, same as-
hourly
okay.
rate.
Yeah.
same as typically done. Okay,
Just yearly.
all right. Is there a motion to approve the JPR annual engineering service contract?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug,
Second,
second by Kathy. Open for discussion. No further discussion. Take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is a yes. Motion carries.
Might mention that we never get billed for Ken Jones hours. He does those at no charge for us. So we used to.
Thank you, Kim.
Nice.
you have to
Yeah,
sign that.
maybe an attorney ought to do that once in a while. I would
Make it
never.
look bad in the alley.
Yeah,
Maybe Ken's attorney would.
maybe Ken's attorney.
Maybe Ken's attorney worked for free.
Next up, this is for the St. Joe Street repaving, Reith Riley, it's their second payoff, $231,456.69. And I expect we'll have one more payment, that would be the retainage next month.
Awful.
Is it done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There a motion to approve pay app number 2 to Reith Riley.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Greg,
I'll second.
second by Doug. Open for discussion. No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yep,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach. He said, yes.
and can we never do that again?
Yeah, please.
Okay, moving on
Don't make us
to
break.
more fun things.
We're doing the Main Street project.
Hi.
Sorry. Sorry, we're digressing over. here.
Okay, so the Hitch Holdings, we're in negotiation with Cross Trailers and Foam Moldings down there to acquire right of way. So I prepared a couple visuals to help us talk through where we're at right now. So we made the initial offer based on the appraisals and the ground that we need. So now we're in the counter offer stage, and I've had a couple meetings with Hitch Holdings along with Ken Jones. So Hitch Holdings is the upper part there, the one that aligns with Bloomingdale. We are significantly impacting their property. That's their staging and loading area. So this is kind of a big deal for them. The amount of money that the appraisal comes back is really pretty minimal. They can't replace the land. I don't know how this worked out, but they can't. It's no longer market value. The fact that we are building that road has suddenly made all of those properties worth more money. So what I'm proposing tonight, and this actually checks a bunch of boxes for us, is that we find we're taking about 2.4 acres. There's 2.16 acres to the north of that we take that by eminent domain and offer that as part of our property switch. Okay, so let's scroll down a little. That just shows that's the road that we're building. Next one. Okay, so here's the three properties. The black line, of course, is our road. The green is what Hitch Holdings owns currently. They have already signed a purchase agreement on the red property. That's one of our junk properties there. They've already signed a purchase agreement for that. But the blue area that's the 2.16 acres. That's the acres I'm proposing that we go after. And again, that property's full of code violations, but it's unclear who owns it. And by the town taking that property, we get that cleaned up, it becomes part of the deal. And is helpful for that business, proves the entryway to the town. So that's the request tonight, that Alex can help us work through the process, but I've ordered 2 appraisals for that to start the process of taking that property for this project.
Okay.
That's my pitch.
What are you confused by?
Well, I'm confused by the fact that we're talking about we're taking property down here and then we're talking about that property way up there.
Well,
So
they're
are you saying
expanding their whole complex to that blue line.
Oh, they are.
Yes.
Yeah,
they
right,
totally
right.
do.
Okay,
Crosses.
okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense now.
So their
Their
intent,
corporate office here.
right,
Yeah, it was just the lines on here didn't look like it was, okay, got it.
so that red property went from $500,000 to $1 million.
Yeah, done.
So, I mean, we're just creating lots, the more new stuff that comes, the more valuable that property becomes, because
Yeah.
it's attracting more interest. So he actually had another offer from another, the owner of that property um, is the owner of Custom Curve Cabinetry out here, just up right at the edge of Bristol,
Mail,
Malin. Yeah. So he called me, he said, well, I had another offer as well. So he said, it's the reason I increased the price. I've got 2 buyers.
Yeah.
So it's well within his
Yeah.
purview to do
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
And so, good for him.
Is the blue one the one that there's actually no owner?
Yeah.
Somebody's paying the taxes on it or something like that?
That's our understanding. It's like a squatter right now, I guess. We really don't know. We'll begin to learn more as we get through this, I guess. It's gonna take some cleanup on that property, but Hitch Holdings so far has indicated they'll take it as is. In exchange.
So we would acquire the property and use that as part of our, instead of paying them money, give them the property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what we take on the south end, give them something on the north end.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah. and that would be nice because that would clean up those 2 properties really well.
Yeah, and they are a mess.
Yeah, they are. One thing I think we need to talk with Hitch about, and this is just a side thing, but the front appearance of their current property.
They've actually made quite a bit of improvement this year. Everything's mowed, the weeds are cut down.
Yeah.
They're starting to add some more order to their outdoor storage, but I understand what you're saying and I agree.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd like to see, they set the bar pretty high, but you look at what Thor Motor Coach did with the old Skyline properties.
Yeah,
And the fence they've got up is set back further. It's got the black
Mhm.
privacy. It looks really nice. I'd like to see something like that.
Well, being like any new development to the north from them, wouldn't it be held to the same standards of the overlay, the county overlay?
And
Since it is
any
new development.
construction, yeah.
Yeah,
But that brings up the commercial ordinance that somebody's been working on for a long time.
We just submitted that to the county and asked what they want to do with it. We're waiting on their attorney. So our attorney can respond. So we've sent it to them.
Get on that, you.
As soon as it crosses my desk,
Yeah.
from,
And we're not waiting on that. So we're,
waiting on the county.
yes, but
What's new?
what's that?
I said, what's new?
Well, they've only had it a couple weeks, I think. We just decided, we were waiting for a response and we're not getting any response from the county, so I just gave the go-ahead to submit it to them and say, we're ready to go.
Is it the county that's looking or their attorney?
The county plan commission attorney, which is,
Okay. Jason,
no, it's not. They use a different firm for the plan commission, Jim Colvis.
yeah.
oh, yeah, we've
Okay.
worked with them before.
Because if we can enact that before they do this, then we've got grounds to stand on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think we're gonna have any trouble with cross trailers. And
Yeah.
as they start replacing that fence to do something nice.
Okay.
And they've got a new sign ordered already. I saw the permit come through and
Okay.
they're replacing the sign.
Good,
Everything indicates that that's going to be a really, really good company for the town.
good. Okay. So Alex, do we go back to the ordinance and or the resolution?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so to revisit the resolution, and that, because this, that property, that blue outline property there, is, I think the investigation of that is still very much in its infancy as far as what its value is and what needs to be done to it, and so, if you look at page, so it's identified here, that second to last paragraph in the bottom of the first page. Sorry, Jeff. It's referenced here as
Southern South
the Division Street properties, and that there's an interest in acquiring it. It identifies the owner, and then, the eminent domain statute authorizes, a condemnor to conduct some diligence before making an offer. And so that's what this authorizes here is, in case there's any question about,
Yeah.
The town's agents being on the property to do evaluations, to evaluate the environmental concerns, et cetera. This gives the town's agents some cover to be on that property in the event the squatter shows up and says, "Get off my lawn." That's kind of what this is designed to do here.
Okay.
So that begins that process, and then, as we've discussed previously, this will be unique given what we know about the owner of the property. It'll be unique.
I was just wondering, on Elevate, it says that the owner of that blue property is Bristol Real Estate LLC.
No, it's, you're on the wrong property. It's
It's
Premier,
700 South Division.
yeah, it should be Premier Housing, I think.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
There's two parcels, owned by Premier Housing.
Unless somebody just made a change today. It was still Premier Housing yesterday. I mean, that would be interesting if a property change
I mean,
happened.
that's what it says, Bristol Real Estate LLC,
Yeah, that sounds like,
3.76
that
acres.
sounds like the storage unit property.
Because let's pull it up
You
here.
said it was 700 South, right?
Yeah, I think that was the
What it says.
address.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, so it's that one.
Premier Housing,
It says 700.
And then the one immediately to the north, that one.
Premier Housing.
700, yeah,
Click on that building right there.
that's 805,
Okay, there's 700.
Crystal Land, yeah.
Let's see. that one.
That'll be the gap,
That's what I
that'll
searched
be the last
for,
property we need to
700.
get cleaned up.
If I
700
recall.
South Division Street. It might, for some reason, my thing won't do that. I'm gonna get it off a different map. Isn't that weird?
No matter
That
who
doesn't
owns
say
it,
700 though on that.
no matter
That's-
who owns it, we're going after it, so.
Oh, we might already own it. I mean,
Well, that would be too, no, I hope we don't,
No.
we've been pretty
There's
irresponsible.
Bristol Real Estate right there, 803.
try 700.
Yeah,
I've got the parcel number if you need that.
Oh, yeah, that's Bristol. That's the building beside Dollar General.
700 South Division?
Yeah. What do we have on the,
What's the number then?
Well, we identify it two ways. We
Parcel
identify it
ID.
both by parcel ID and by,
What?
by its common mailing address. Of course, one of those parcels doesn't have a common mailing address for Elevate.
so your parcel number is 403-2531.
This is 28.
405, 40325.
This is 40328 at 400 at
Yeah, that's,
700 South Division.
yeah, so the address is different.
No, if you click on the, okay, the other property that we're doing, yeah, right there, that says 700 South, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah,
that's weird.
that is.
That is,
You got two addresses for,
and see that,
well, let's take it for what it is. It's GIS.
That's right, and there's a lot of hard work that goes into GIS, there's a lot of information in it. It's accurate 99 times out of 100, maybe 98, I think, as we found.
Well, because we found that the Howard property was also incorrectly noted on GIS as well.
that was on West Vistula instead of East,
Correct. Okay,
but yeah,
So for clarity,
Yes,
which
the
is why we
parcel
reference it by the parcel numbers,
Yeah.
in the resolution.
this parcel number that I'm looking at that says Bristol Real Estate LLC is number 28.
right.
And
And
this one is 25
Yeah.
that he looked at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It still says, okay, good old Elevate.
Okay,
So that's the process here.
Okay.
So this resolution, as it indicated, is an omnibus approach to the 14 Shore Manor property to authorize the acquisition of that. And then to authorize the diligence, on these Division Street properties.
okay. So resolution passed in one motion or?
Yep.
Okay. So is there a motion to adopt resolution 12-4-2025-20?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Doug. I will second that. So motion by Doug, second by Jeff. Open for discussion. No further discussion. We'll take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries. Okay. Okay,
Next up, a couple approvals for the wastewater treatment plant project. We have a change order for you to approve tonight. It's actually net lowering of our price, overall price from 24.2 to 24 million. And one.
this is an increase.
Yeah, but the other one above it's a decrease. It's bigger, the decrease is bigger than the increase.
All right.
We'd like that to happen.
Yes.
Please don't do that.
So appreciate proof of that change order.
is there a motion for the change order for the treatment plant?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, motion by Greg,
I'll second.
second by Doug. Open for discussion. No further discussion. I'll take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Same project in SRF distribution number 41, with Commonwealth Engineering for $34,196.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
with the ARF.
Get
disbursement.
to the right paper here.
I make a motion, we approve the ARF disbursement.
Oh, it's supposed to be SRF. not
SRF.
SRF.
I was typing quick.
Bad finger. Okay, SRM disbursement 41 to Commonwealth for $34,196.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
Second.
second by Dean. Open for discussion. No further discussion. Take a vote. Doug D. Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Brief project update, there's some photos in the packet. We started building the chemical building in Well House this the plain block in cold weather, and that we had to put up some plastic around it. And I included a lot of stuff in your packet on the change order and everything.
What pictures, is that what we're looking at here?
Yeah, you're waiting, you're trying to get down to the pictures.
Oh, and 66.
Sorry, next time I won't include all that other stuff.
It's okay.
So that's where they started, and If you go down below a little bit, you'll see that. These are not super exciting this month, but we do have a night shot or early morning shot. They start early in the morning. Well, that's cool.
Sure looks cool.
That's where your,
Coronation.
chlorination, yeah. Chlorine is added. So things are moving along with the wastewater treatment plant. The plan was to start up operations about mid-month, but we need a source of water, which we don't have because we're not under the State Road 120 at all. Shore Manor, or not Shore Manor, but whatever that 14 property is that we're trying to buy. However, we left one of the dewatering pumps in place, and that's what we saw last meeting where they were filling the SBR tank to check it for leaks. So we may be able to use that for startup. We'll see. We may be delayed on startup until we get that water connection made. That's one
Wasn't that river water
expediting.
that they were using?
Yeah.
What's that?
Was that river water they were using?
No, it was not. It came from the dewatering. pump.
Yeah, you can't use.
Came from the dewatering. They had talked about using water that came from our process plant before it went to the river, diverting it, running it in, but the dewatering pump was easier to use.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Anybody have questions for Mike?
Nope.
Okay, if not, Kathy, what do you have for us?
I have a few things today.
Okay,
So it's that time of year where we go through all our compliance and year-end to-dos, one of which is a salary ordinance for 2026. I think everybody's had some input. Generally, we do a salary ordinance in one reading, but we're going to present it tonight, ask for first reading approval, and advance to second reading and approval on the 18th.
okay. Remind me, Alex, is this a public hearing ordinance or not?
You won't do it, I don't know, I don't believe you have to.
Okay.
Then you wouldn't do it tonight anyway.
Yeah, we would do it on second and final.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think we did, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, I don't,
Okay,
if I stumble over my words, I can believe so.
okay, all right. Well, that said, is there a motion to advance the salary ordinance from first reading to second?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, motion by Greg,
Second.
second by Kathy. Open for discussion? No further discussion, we'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
Thank you. Next is resolution number 12-4-2025-21. This is again the time of year that I ask permission to pay and transfer accordingly. Since we're using year-end budget funds and robbing Peter to pay Paul on some occasions, the council approve any appropriation or transfer requests from one category to another.
Okay.
For my discretion.
Okay. And this is same as we've always done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve resolution 12-4-2025-21?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by
Have a
Doug,
question?
I'll second.
second by Greg. Open for discussion? No further discussion. I'll take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky,
Yes.
and Jeff Beach is yes. Motion carries.
That was signature. And usually we do this at the second meeting of the month, but I figured I'd just add it on. It is our annual certification of elected officials that you are not involving direct line supervision or nepotism or anti-nepotism policy as it may be. And you guys are signing saying you did not hire anyone under your name or have any direct line supervision for any relatives. There's a one for each of you.
Yeah.
So make sure you got the right one.
No, yeah, I signed it,
Okay.
put it on the bottom.
Okay.
So we're all collected.
Right up here. There we go.
Yeah, they should be in order.
And they were stuck together.
And then lastly, if council will authorize me to pay bills through the end of the year, since we don't have council meetings between the 18th and the 31st.
I make a motion to authorize the clerk treasurer to pay the bills through the December 31st, 2025.
Okay, motion by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Greg. Open for discussion. No further discussion, take a vote. Doug Smith,
Yes.
Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is yes, motion carries.
Wonderful. And Jill asked me to please remind everybody that Friday is our Christmas tree lighting,
Yeah.
and we would
There.
like you all to attend. Doors open at 6 at the Bristol Fire Department. Tree lighting is 6:30. That's all I have.
Cool, all right, thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Anybody have questions for Kathy?
Nope.
Okay, if not, we are now to the point of privilege of the floor, otherwise known as public comment. If anybody in the room this evening would like to make public comment, please step up to the podium and state your name and address.
My name is Kathy Antonelli. I live at 303 North River Road. And I have a concern or some concerns about the potential new property that's going in Caddy Corner 2.
Okay.
I know it was presented previously. My concerns lie in that there are 40 new homes going in there, townhomes, is my understanding. 20 of which will be rented, 20 of which will be sold, or bought as a homeowner. My concerns lie in that the borders that were there were deemed to be there. The forestry or wooded areas or division between my house and your house are no longer gonna be there. Not so much a concern for me, because I live across the street, but my concern for our neighbors that may no longer have a wooded view or have a division between their property and the new townhomes. Also, from where we live, right there on the curve, you guys all know where I live. Our house is here. The stop sign is here. People fly around that blank curve, and you're adding 40 to 80 to 100 plus extra cars in that small intersection. So I have a concern for safety going in there. When this was presented, and I asked at that meeting when he came and presented, okay, I want to put some townhomes in here. Is this gonna be right on the road? And he said, no. He said, it's gonna be off, you're gonna drive back a little further. According to what he presented last, you're driving right there into the property. So those houses are right there on the road. There's not like, what do I wanna say?
Easement?
Buffer
Pushback?
zone, buffer zone.
Maybe something beyond that.
Area, yeah.
Pardon?
There's a little bit of a common area.
Yeah, but not much.
No, but I'm saying, is that what this is what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
so when I asked, I expected it to be, a little drive back and then you see the homes,
Yeah,
but they're gonna be like right there.
oh,
My concern is more so safety and, not having that separation of neighbors, them losing that part of their property. I don't know if council has any authority to say, hey, we don't want 40 houses back there. Maybe consider half of that. I know that we're all looking for residential. I'm not trying to say we don't need residential. But just because there's an opening right here, is that something where we really want to have it right there? I'm just asking you to consider that.
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't realize that.
I'll speak on that same thing. I actually live right next door to that property. My 4 acres run alongside, 3-302 North River Road. I'm really kind of worried about noise, traffic. My wife and I just moved there last fall. I'm super excited about the privacy of the property. It's all natural, full grown woods. And I guess I too was wondering I mean, if we're gonna do it regardless and bring more homes in and stuff, like, is it possible to downsize it and leave like a 20 or 30 foot green belt around the property just to protect the neighbors that have lived on North Division Street for a long time? They're looking, the entire woods in their backyard is just gone. I know I'd had like 25 petitions signed from them when I went to the county meeting. We have 96 online that are signed as well, but I'm not looking to just stop all development. I mean, we know things are new and moving, but if we could keep somewhat of natural habitat in Bristol, that would be awesome as well. So yeah, I'm just asking if we can consider at least a green belt or something to downsize it a little bit if we're gonna do it regardless. So.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thanks.
Hey. Maxine Foster, 105 County Road 104. I was going to save this till the 18th. I thought that's when we were going to discuss this a little further, but as long as it's been brought up, I'll go ahead and give you my 2 cents worth. Let me state, first of all, that I know Bristol needs more housing. I understand that, okay? But there are many, many questions that have not been answered. The proposed developer of this area, I'm wondering, is he going to be present to answer our questions on December 18th? Or is it just the board that's gonna be present? Because I'm not
He'll be
here.
He'll be here.
He'll be here.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
He and his development partner,
Yeah, definitely is.
Deborah Hughes. She spoke at the county meeting as well.
Mhm. I've got lots of questions. I wanna know how many square feet each townhouse is. I wanna know how long the driveway is. There are no basements. So I'm not sure where any storage, personal storage issues are going to be addressed because they have a 1-car garage and they have a very short driveway. But yet we have been told there'll be no on-street parking. I'm wondering who's going to enforce that. He also mentioned, the developer did, the person that proposed this development, the petitioner, suggested at the zoning board meeting that possibly Bristol could have a sidewalk that would go to Condon Park, so that that would be a good place for any overflow parking when people had company or whatever. I want to say 2 things. It's not our responsibility to build a sidewalk for his convenience, number 1. Number 2, the Condon family did not donate that property for that beautiful park for his convenience either. Okay? That's wrong. If he thinks that's what we're gonna do, it's wrong. And there's no 2 ways about that. It was also stated at a town board meeting that I addressed a few weeks ago and restated tonight that they're gonna be half rented and half owned. The petitioner at the zoning board meeting said they were all going to be owned.
That's
what he said.
That's what he said.
And tonight we're saying half and half.
That was my takeaway, Maxine, and I wasn't at the county zoning meeting, so he may have amended that.
They need to be owned. Not half rented and half owned. That's gonna be a big problem. We all can see that.
Maxine believed that they are all owned. He did state that at the zoning meeting.
Okay, then there needs to be a stipulation that they will not be rented. You can own something, I can own my home and choose to rent it. That can't happen in an area that he's trying to put 40 homes in.
So I'll defer it a little bit to Alex here, but I'll make a statement on that. In that, because we have the county has standards, the town has standards. You heard us talk about the overlay, right, tonight? So the overlay is the county has their standards, zoning that they provide for the entire county. We, as a town of Bristol, can make our stipulations, our zoning requirements even more stringent.
Yes.
For example, the county may say, you have to have a 6-foot fence. We can come in and say, no, it has to be an 8-foot fence. So to that point on the rental, because that's a concern I have as well.
Mhm.
There's going to be an HOA
Mhm.
for this development.
Right,
So we can talk to the developer, I believe, Alex, and correct me if I'm wrong. They can put it in the HOA guidelines and bylaws that rentals of a property are not allowed.
that's right.
Are we allowed to make that requirement for the developer?
I think it would be as a condition of a rezoning request. I think that was, I think it's a legitimate commitment, a written commitment for the developer to be made as part of the rezoning request.
Okay,
That would be, that's my
okay.
instruction.
The other question I have in talking about HOAs, there are HOAs and then there are HOAs,
Yeah.
okay? I want to know what his proposed HOA is gonna be responsible for. Some of them are responsible for maintaining the lawns, period. Some are responsible for maintaining all of the exteriors of the properties. I know this for a fact.
Mhm.
I want to know what his is gonna be responsible for. I am in total agreement that this should be cut in half. There's not room for 40 properties in there. This is not gonna affect me directly. My property does not butt up to this property, that's not my concern. I do have a vested interest, however, in the town of Bristol, that this be done correctly. My other question is, and I can't quite get an answer about this, this is gonna be developed in, I think it was 2027 and 2028, stage 1 and 2. Phase 3 is gonna be in 2033. I don't know why there's a 5-year lapse there. Nobody really has an answer for that, but I'm gonna ask him
I
on
don't
the
know what
18th.
stage 3 is.
Well, he's developing the front, then he'll do the back. It's a cash flow issue for him.
Yeah.
It's my best guess.
That concerns me.
Uh,
If he doesn't have enough money to develop it, what's it gonna end up being?
well,
That concerns me.
we're just finishing, what's your subdivision, Doug?
Bay Ridge.
Yeah, they're just finishing that now this year. How many
We're
new
not-
homes?
This can't be compared to Bay Ridge. Let's not fool anyone.
No, what I'm saying, no, what I was
Same
saying,
thing.
Maxine, is that it's the same concept. It's not unusual for a developer to do a portion at a time.
Worst case would be if he developed it all at once, you're gonna end up with rentals because he's gonna run out of cash halfway through and you're gonna have the river watch.
Then cut it in half. Put 20 in there instead of 40,
Okay.
okay? It's 5 acres. That's not a lot of room. 5 acres. And I just did the math, and an average of 4 people per townhouse is gonna be 160 people. He's talking 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom. And, you know, we got a picture of what they're gonna look like on the exterior, but I still don't know how many square feet each one's going to be. That, it's just concerning to me that you're jamming that many people in a 5-acre area. So I was gonna save that till the 18th, but I decided as long as we brought up, I mentioned tonight, maybe I'll have some more questions by the 18th, though you can kind of count on that.
And
Thank you.
And Maxine, I'll respond and we can talk to him when he's here on the 18th. But in regard to the comment about the sidewalk and Congdon Park for parking,
That was his comment.
I don't think he talked about parking in Congdon Park yet. He wanted the sidewalk so that people that lived in the development could easily access Congdon Park.
What I heard was if they needed overflow parking, they could park at Condon Park. That's what, I was at the zoning board meeting.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Okay, and I was
Okay,
there
I'm
too.
not saying it,
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
I was there. I don't remember him saying anything about
Okay,
overflow
so we
parking.
should build him a sidewalk?
So it is a part of the town
Yeah,
and yes,
so am I. I don't have a sidewalk. I can't even get a sign, a back up.
there was the River Watch out there when that was put in. I was on the board at that time, and I know that they came in, that when they did it, they were doing nothing with sidewalks. And the board at that time made that subdivision put sidewalks in. And the reason for that is we didn't want kids playing in the street. We wanted it's a safe neighborhood. And that's why we demanded that they put sidewalks in that subdivision.
Right, but he wasn't talking about in the subdivision, he was talking about from the subdivision or
To
whatever you
Condon.
wanna call it, to
Right,
Condon Park.
right, and it's probably, I mean, we've got sidewalks that go all the way down to the other end of town.
Right?
Sidewalks are part of being in a town. I mean,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah,
We don't have any.
I have them.
Good. We don't.
Do you want a sidewalk to your
I
house?
don't, that's not the point. Why would he think that it would be up to the town of Bristol to put a sidewalk in at our expense to make it more convenient for the people that are gonna live in his subdivision?
That's.
Sorry, not
that's the
sorry.
point.
That's part of how we operate
Well, I'll
town.
have a sidewalk then. Can I get a sign put back up? Welcome to Bristol. Can't seem to do that.
Well, our guys have been a little busy plowing snow and stuff. so
Mike?
We'll get to it.
I'm not blaming the
Okay.
street department. Sign was knocked down last summer.
Man,
Oh, is this the one up on,
Yeah, the one on County
One of the
23,
motorcycle
way
ones,
out there.
Yeah,
that's where the motorcycle hit it.
Yeah, well, we're replacing it with one of the used ones, and I think they wanna refresh those a bit before we put them back.
Yeah.
They're repainting them and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
let's get that on the docket and let's get that
yeah,
done as soon as possible, because it does have to be repainted.
The street department did pick up the tire that laid there for a while. I appreciate that. You know, alongside the road, remember?
yep, I do remember.
Yeah, right.
One comment about the rezoning for you to consider, it's already zoned R1, so if the issue is density, if you turn down the R2, then it's about half. So, right now, without anything, the developer can come in and clear cut that property and build 15 to 20 homes there, just as it is, with no public hearing. So the rezoning is all about density, and density is what drives the average price of that home. So if you want to hit that 280,000, market point, you're going to have that kind of density in today's land prices. So that's really the question before the council on the 18th is, do you want that kind of density, or if not, then we'll probably develop something along.
Right.
15 or 18 homes.
Mike, excuse me,
Yeah.
did somebody at the, you weren't at the zoning board meeting, did they say that these houses were gonna sell for 260,000 or somewhere in that?
275
275 for a townhouse?
starting. Yeah.
And we still don't know how many square feet each town, because the pictures don't, I mean, I know, a little bit about the price of real estate right now, but, I can't quite fathom someone paying $260,000 for what I'm looking at here. I mean, just saying.
Yeah.
We're not done yet. We're gonna figure it
We
out,
got a
right?
whole nother meeting.
I know,
Yeah, we do.
it's on the 18th.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else like to make comment?
Oh.
I'm Nikki Taylor, I live 412 Turnberry, and I've been here a couple times.
Hi, Mickey.
I've been here a couple times. I've spoken to several people sitting up here numerous times, but I came in today because I wanted to talk about the mansion and the noise. So I was trying to find my contract. I rented that space for my daughter's open house. And I remember in the contract that it said the doors needed to be closed and everyone needed to be inside.
Yeah.
Anytime you drive by now, when they're setting up their wedding, well, probably not now because we have 1 million feet of snow out there. But in the summer, if you drive past, you will see chairs outside and a floor for a DJ booth.
Mhm.
And it is a bit ridiculous when I can, at the end of my street, in my bedroom, hear the music. It was never like that before. When they first started, it was never like that. And it has just gotten progressively worse. I feel completely sorry for anyone that lives remotely close to there, because I know that they are feeling it. And because I can feel it in my house. And I want to know you call the police. Some of them say, I've heard I thought someone else is supposed to be here. We don't want to interrupt their good time. Well, I get that, but this is where I live. you know, this is where I live.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to discourage anybody's wedding or whatever they have going on over there. They have to understand that people live there and some people work nights. So they have to get up and go to work. I mean, you want to be a productive citizen. And that was my main, I think, right when they first said they wanted to turn that into an event area. It's just unfair to those of us that live over there. And I know that there's others, and some people don't have a problem speaking up. And some people do.
Yeah.
They don't like to cause a rub. And I don't mind saying something that, hey, this is where I'm trying to reside. I want to live here. I've lived there for since 2011.
Yeah.
So we want to maintain that. I moved to Bristol actually in 1990. That's when we first moved here. And it was really quiet. One stoplight. It's so quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now it's grown. And now we purchased a home here and it's changed. And I get what you're saying, it's changing. And it is not the quiet town that you're used to. And you know, those people they have their fun and then they go home and then we're stuck, it's midnight. And sometimes that music's still going at 11 midnight.
Can I add something to that?
Mhm.
I live much further away than you, Jill. I live down here by the post office.
You hear it.
My daughter's 2 doors down. We both hear it in the summertime. I think there was a thing set in their contract that was supposed to be 85 decibels.
Mhm.
I don't know if whoever was running it before is the same person that's running it now, because definitely it is.
Mhm.
It definitely, this summer, I could have my doors and windows shut and hear the music at 10 and 11 o'clock at night in
It's
my, and I live all the way down here.
Yeah, it's very loud and
Yeah.
it's very,
It
and
is.
I don't know what can be done besides moving. I mean, I've never been told that by the police officers, but I have someone that lives on, I can't remember the name, but she has called several times. She said that that's what she was told. She was supposed to be here tonight, but her mother had emergency surgery, so she couldn't come in. But I don't understand what can be done. I know we've been here before, and I know I've said something before, but it just seems like it's getting progressively worse, and nothing is being done.
So thank you, Mickey, for coming. I appreciate it. I don't recall, I know there was a lot of questions when it first was proposed and when we passed it. I don't recall if there was a stipulation that everything had to be done inside.
It's not a stipulation, I don't think, on your part, but on the contract that we signed, that's the contract that you signed. When I signed my contract,
Yeah.
To rent that space, and I wanted to ensure, I didn't even hire anybody, but I wanted to ensure that I was aware of my neighbors around me.
Yeah.
So I didn't have music,
Yeah.
but, and I had everyone in, if they wanted to be outside, that's fine. Some people, sit around, they have like a little fire pit, that's
Yeah.
fine. But to have music and I mean, you have people around that have children, that
Yeah.
work nights, it's inconsiderate.
Not only that, but I do believe that when we talked to them, when they originally opened that it was supposed to be 85 decibels and no louder.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
Right.
it was to follow the noise ordinance,
yes,
which has since been lowered.
lower,
70 or
and,
75.
and they're-
Yeah.
and they are no way complying with that.
Maybe we should pull out that ordinance and find out what conditions we attach
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, we will definitely look into this for you,
Yeah.
Mickey.
That'll be helpful. I'm sure they're not gonna do anything in the winter, but.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
So,
Thank
thank you,
you.
Mickey. Appreciate you coming in.
We restate my name.
Sure.
Anthony Stash, 302 North River Road. I had a question. I know I haven't been out of quite a few meetings, but are we planning on putting a stoplight here at the, like the truck route on 15,
That's not,
Bloomingdale.
Bloomingdale?
The one
We have
down
one
by
on our
the,
map.
the one down by, down there by Cross Trailers.
Yeah,
So that's been a topic of discussion for years, Anthony.
okay.
The town, we want it.
Mm.
We've asked for a stoplight for years, ever since that road has been put in.
Yeah.
We've asked and asked and asked. NDOT, in their infinite wisdom, says that it does not require a traffic light based on the study that they did, the traffic study. It doesn't warrant a stoplight.
So because it's state road, it's NDOT.
Yes, we have zero control over it.
That's Indiana Department of
Yes.
Transportation.
Yep, so that is, that road is owned by NDOT.
We begged
They're-
for one.
They're the ones that tell us what we can do and what we can't do.
Would it help to get enough people to sign something to send to them and ask for it?
No, I wish it would, but I'll be honest, no. So as we talked earlier tonight, and let me just bring up these pictures again, because I think it's gonna help give you a little bit better visual of, it's not the one I want. What am I doing here?
Yeah, sorry, I know this has come up multiple times already, but I've
When we put
seen
that
a lot
in,
of almost accident. I go to work at 4:30 in the morning and I see a lot of almost accidents there. I mean,
when
cars
that,
going off into the ditch to miss somebody pulling out and like, it's getting kind of dangerous now, so.
when we put that road in,
It's still the
we
RDC.
asked for it and asked for it and asked for it, and they said, well, there's not enough traffic.
Yeah,
You
So-
know, that's,
let me,
what, you know,
Maybe they
other
could
than
come down
standing in the
and
middle
drive
of
it
the road with a,
themselves.
you can hand do
Well,
a
and what we're
stop sign.
hoping is
Can you
if
do
we
that?
put the bypass on through, like Mike was talking about earlier, that would help push them towards a light there,
Plus,
because it would actually have a road going on one side.
Mhm.
okay, so here's what we're proposing, Anthony. So right now, this is where it tees right here, okay?
Yeah,
So there is no stoplight. What we're going to do to continue the truck route is we're going to go straight through. And this road is gonna connect over to Maple Street.
yeah. No, I did catch that on the first meeting.
So
Yeah.
there'll be an intersection right there. This will definitely warrant, in our opinion, a stoplight. And we feel what percent, 99% confident?
Sure.
I don't know.
We feel really confident
We're
that
talking
NDOT
the state
that
here.
NDOT can't refuse to have a stoplight there at that point. Now, the other benefit is next spring, they're gonna start to do the 120 reconstruction project.
Mhm.
NDOT has a field office located here in Bristol for that project. That field office is right here.
Right on that corner.
Oh, they're gonna watch this traffic for the all next
Can
summer.
we house them somewhere on that road too? So they have to go through there?
They will, they'll have to come in, they'll have to come
In and out of it.
in and out of this road right here to
Yeah.
get to their office.
Okay,
So
yeah,
they will see it.
yeah.
So-
Well, that's just, yeah, the other, just last week. I mean, it was
Yeah.
so close. I'm like,
It's bad.
So,
It,
yeah.
it is. Everybody in this room agrees with you, Anthony, that we need a stoplight there. It's just convincing NDOT to make that happen.
And there
Right
was discussion too, just on a side note, there was discussion too, because, you know, we've got that for the semis to go off, to go to the toll road or whatever. And they didn't want to really use it because they couldn't get back out on 15 because there was no light.
It's perfect going north.
Yeah.
Going South is
Yeah.
almost
And
impossible.
so it was very hard to try, and they still don't do it. They still come straight through town because they don't want to deal with that mess.
So, thank you. Okay, anybody else? All right, if not, Alex, anything tonight?
Nothing for me.
Okay,
Thank you.
council items. Doug, anything?
Nothing.
Dean, anything tonight? Kathy?
Nope.
Greg?
Just thanks to the street department for starting early on the snow. They hit my subdivision at like, I think it was 4 a.m. Like it was before the time you'd sent out an email. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, they did a good job.
They did.
Yeah, I would agree. Thank you for bringing that up. They did a really good job. I know people complained on social media because they weren't out as soon as the snow started falling, but it was coming down so fast they couldn't keep up. So it's
There's always.
coming down that fast, you really shouldn't even be on the roads.
You're just wasting time.
Just wasting time. So if it's coming down that badly that you're concerned about the roads not being cleared, then don't go on the roads. Sorry, it's just the way it should be.
Yeah, the
And then let
county,
us,
county and state does the same.
county
thing.
and state do the same exact thing. They
It's-
wait till the snow's done and then they clear it.
It's Indiana.
So,
And the Christmas decorations are up in town.
yes, they are.
So, no.
Okay, anything else, Greg?
That's it.
Okay, I have nothing else, so Next meeting will be the work session on Tuesday, the 16th at 7 PM. And then, December the 18th, and that's when we'll hear the zoning board, recommendation for the property on North River Road. So, Steve?
It's not on the agenda, but we had talked about, the last meeting about the bids on the swag car.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
I
yes.
sent the email to you.
yes.
We need to get it ordered, we're gonna miss out. It's for 26,
Okay,
but we're gonna have to get more soon. We're a little bit behind 8 ball already.
I know I've reviewed it.
Was
Has it real?
EV the
Yeah.
cheapest one I thought I seen?
EV, but not technically what they sent. It looks like there are, but they did not, like the package we asked for, they didn't include everything, so
Okay,
as
they're,
far as I can tell, and like I said, each one looks, you have,
Yeah.
like, they're not the same, I don't understand, they're coming from Ford,
Yeah,
but, the best I can tell, EV4 would be $48 lower, and I'm not confident they're including everything
yeah,
that Rochester, who we purchased the last couple squads and are very happy with, so my recommendation would be go with Rochester.
yeah, and that's what when I read through it, that's what I
Me too.
go with what you
garnered as well.
So you need a motion or just?
Yeah,
yes or
why
no?
don't we? Yeah, yeah.
Can I make a motion? We follow Steve's choice on going with Rochester Ford for the new police interceptor.
Yes.
Second.
Motion by Greg, second by Kathy, open for discussion. No further discussion, like a vote. Doug Smith?
Yes.
Dean Renfro?
Yes.
Kathy Burke?
Yes.
Greg Dolsky?
Yes.
And Jeff Beach is a yes. Motion carries. Thank you for bringing that up. Thank you.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, so next meeting is the 18th, 16th and the 18th.
And I will not be here the 18th. Joel will sit in for me,
Okay.
which is why I spoke tonight.
Okay.
Well, I figured you were waiting so you could just be in the audience then.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Kathy,
I'll second.
second by Doug, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, everybody. Okay. Doug, you're up.
Okay. It is 8:09 PM on Thursday, December 4th, 2025, and time to bring this meeting of the Town of Bristol Redevelopment Commission to order.
Before you move on, can I have the fire department agreement? I'm gonna take a copy real quick
There you go.
and then.
Okay. We will begin with roll call.
Yep.
Dean Renfro.
Here.
Jeff Beachy.
Here.
Kathy Burke.
Here.
Greg Dolsky.
Here.
And Doug D. Smith is here.
Also,
Also in the room,
wait for it, take minutes.
legal counsel Alex Bowman.
Here.
Marshal Steve Pring. And Fire Chief Nick Cantz. Town Manager Mike Yoder.
Yes, here.
And Kathy is here to step out. Approval of agenda. Has everyone reviewed the agenda?
Yes.
Any additions or corrections? Okay,
Nope.
if not, the agenda will stand as published. Next thing is approval of meeting minutes from October 14th and the executive sessions on October 16th and November 18th. Has everybody been able to review?
Yes.
I
Any
make a
correct-
motion, we approve the meeting minutes for October 14th, executive session on October 16th and November 18th, 2025.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Kathy, second by Jeff. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro.
Yes.
Jeff Beachy.
Yes.
Kathy Burke.
Yes.
Greg Dolsky.
Yes.
And Doug D. Smith is a yes. Motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda,
Still recording, right?
Oh, here.
Mr. Yoder.
Tonight, we're making an official choice between the three options you have on the Rayburn Golf Course. And I'm sure Alex has the exact procedure for you to use.
Sure he does.
Well, there's nothing particularly glamorous about the procedure here. As we've discussed, this will, there will be a purchase agreement that arises from this decision. There will be what will effectively be a development agreement that will memorialize the terms of the RFP, so that the town and the RDC have the ability to enforce those terms going forward. typically, as the commissioners may be aware, it's difficult to hold someone's feet to a fire when it regards real estate after you sell it. That's kind of antithetical to the idea of holding something in fee simple if somebody else still gets to control what you do. So those agreements will arise from that. We'll draft and negotiate those with whoever the commission decides to award the bid to. And then once those are all in place, I think the appropriate thing to do will be for the commissioners tonight to award the bid to one of the three. And then probably in about 30 to 45 days, probably middle of January, maybe that second meeting in January, we'll be in a position to really finalize the transaction, sign the dotted line, and there will be, it's a real estate negotiation, and the development aspect of it complicates that a bit. I've talked with Scott Frizzell as well. There will be a TIF process that we can begin um, for this property as well. So there's going to be some moving pieces over the next 30, 45 days. And so you may need to reconvene to sign the dotted line, but for the action tonight would be to a motion to award the bid, and then instruct me to paper it.
Okay,
So I have a question. You talked about it's hard to hold somebody's feet to the fire after real estate's been purchased, correct?
Mhm.
So could we have a golf course overlay for the town?
Say that one more time.
Could we have a golf course overlay, like so much of a barrier from like has to be maintained, so the trees have to be along the road? Would that be something, a way of kind of keeping it in somewhat?
It's an interesting question. I haven't come across a golf course overlay as part of a zoning ordinance. You wouldn't be precluded from doing that. The process to do that, I think, given the fact that you have one golf course, if you had many golf courses, that would be one thing. The city of Chicago may have a golf course overlay to that effect. Here, when I talk about the difficulty of enforcing certain provisions as part of a real estate agreement, that would be true. That would be true in a traditional arm's length. I'm selling, you're buying. Here's the property, but the RDC here and the bidders are all aware that there are strings attached to this sale, and those will be part of an agreement that will survive the closing. Traditionally, a lot of those, a lot of the representations and obligations as part of a purchase don't survive the closing because the closing is the consummation of that deal. But here, we've made no bones about the fact that there are going to be expectations on a go-forward basis, and that's what's memorialized in that development agreement. So they accomplish effectively the same end. It's another layer to the real estate transaction. So I would describe it. Very interesting though, a golf course overlay. That's
I didn't know, like, just a way to make sure they do what they're supposed to be doing as far as shrubbery and no dead trees, like just maximum ways to enforce what we're trying to accomplish.
yeah, that's an interesting point. I mean, I'm certainly
There's a lot of trust in us. I mean, we're trusting them to do.
Well, that's what I mean, like,
Yeah.
trust is great, but I don't know them. So if we have a stick we can swing, I'm all about the biggest stick I can swing.
well, and that's what the development agreement. What my recommendation will be, and will draft, will be an agreement that says that here are the expectations, and that may be, again, we talk about needing to reconvene. The RFP effectively said, we're going to set the terms. The RDC is going to set the terms of what the development needs to look like on a go-forward basis, and we have the expectation that it's going to be X, Y, Z, right? And that's, I think, the bids that you've seen reflect that response to the X, Y, Z.
Can we have like a yearly review?
I think that, I mean, that's part of it. It will be a continuing obligation, so it's not something that
Yeah.
exists quarterly. It's not, the obligation will exist until that agreement expires. And my recommendation would be, like I said, what I will include in it is a provision that effectively says, if there's a breach, if you said you're gonna do X and you didn't, the RDC is going to retain the right to reacquire that property, and maybe my recommendation would be effectively at the purchase price.
Yeah.
You know, as a, you know, they bought it for, you know, I think the highest bid here is 15. Okay, well, the penalty is, no matter what you did, you breached, we're gonna call a breach, and, we're gonna compel you to sell it back to us for what you bought it for.
Yeah.
That's the way that's the way I would structure it. Of course, as the commissioners are aware, that's enforcing contracts is rarely a matter of calling somebody up and saying, hey, you signed a contract, you're gonna do X, and, oh, okay, I'm sorry, you can have your golf course back. Thanks. Will assuredly be a judicial process to that. But empowering the town and empowering the RDC to enforce those provisions is what the agreement will do.
Even you're selecting somebody that's got a really good track record. I mean, it's relatively new to have owned these other golf courses. Many years, but still, the track record.
No, I understand that. I just like if RVs
So-
collapse again, and like I'm just thinking worst case scenario. What's some? I want to make sure we can hold it. Like we're
Yeah.
doing them a big favor as much as they're doing us a favor to some extent.
$15,000, yeah.
So I just want to make sure that no matter what, the town is covered in every every avenue. That's all I'm concerned
We
about.
just want
Yeah,
to hold
let's say-
them accountable.
Let's say 10 years down the road, none of us are here. Council's not here, legal counsel's not here.
Right.
It's all new people. And Albatross decides, hey, you know what? We're gonna turn this golf course into a housing development. Who's here to hold their feet to the fire?
Somebody.
Who's here to remember that?
I'll still be here.
There can't be.
Yeah, you'll be here for at least
Somebody-
7 more generations.
So somebody would have to remember that.
Yeah.
deed restriction and actually-
Yeah, there you go. Hey, good point. Greg says, get Maxine. Let's hire Maxine to do
We
that.
can hire Maxine to watch everything that goes on.
Weekly meetings. Okay. Well, thank
So,
you.
Yeah, so that's the process, and I think, you know, when I have a draft of that agreement available, which will be in the next couple of days here, we can circulate that, and if the RDC would like to meet, we can meet in executive session and walk through that, and we wanna do that contemporaneous with the work session maybe, or, you know, I can tell you, at least from a timing standpoint, and somebody correct me here if I'm wrong, but a lot of the expediency in needing to get this done for the turn of the last season, before the first freeze, has been alleviated by the fact that the fertilizing was done, the course is in whatever condition it was going to be at the turn of the season anyway. And from the town's perspective, from the RDC's perspective, the important thing here is that the sale occurs, the transfer occurs after the first of the year, so that becomes the base year set for the TIF district. That's the important part here too. So, we're into January to get it done. They're eager to get it moving. Obviously, they want to be in a position to start operating the course once maybe even before the ground thaws. Still a little time there, to do that. So, just to give you a sense of what this negotiation will look like. I'm of the opinion that even by awarding the bid this evening, that by no means means that this has to close. There remains a negotiation on the terms of that transfer. And so if the conditions aren't fit, then you begin the process again. This is by no means final. What you're doing here this evening, this is just authorizing the next step of the process.
Going forward with one of the three.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So, there is, and again, I'll make reference just for the record, the statute that we identified in the RFP that applies to the sale of real property. This is IC 36-7-14-22. This provides for a number of elements that the RDC needs to consider when evaluating bids. It was part of the bid request. The bids that you have before you that address the size and character of the improvements, the bidder's plans and ability to improve the real property, what they're gonna do with it, whether they've complied with the terms of the bid. And I think we've got at least the one that I think you're considering I don't think we've seen anything facially deficient in any of the bids. And then finally, there are additional factors, what else about these bids, that you find are reasonable and in your best interest and in your discretion. So those are the statutory elements that you're considering here. I don't think you have any that necessarily fall short of that, but you certainly have some that are more comprehensive. So, that's for you.
One other thing, a lot of time has passed since we started this, but we need to remember to transfer the ownership of the property. to
That's
the
correct.
RDC.
And that will effectively happen contemporaneous with the closing.
With the closing.
Yeah, a title company, that'll be the first thing that pops up on a title commitment.
Yeah,
is-
okay, so it's town to
selling it.
RDC to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct,
Okay.
yeah, town to RDC, and that we can effectively do that, at closing. So, yes, but yes, you're absolutely right.
Kind of popped into my mind, we don't actually own it yet, the RDC doesn't actually own it. yet.
Right. So, so that's the process. Happy to answer any additional questions about the bids or about the process before you. But I think a motion by one of the commissioners to award one of the bids is sufficient.
I'll make a motion that we award the bid of the Rayburg Golf Course to the Albatross Group.
I will second that motion. Motion by Jeff, second by Doug. Any further discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. Dean Renfro,
Yes.
Jeff Beachy,
Yes.
Kathy Burke,
Yes.
Greg Jaholski,
Yes.
and Doug D. Smith's a yes. Motion carries. Albatross is it.
Thank you, commissioners. We will begin the lift of papering the agreement.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right. Any other questions or comments this evening?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Kathy, second by Jeff. All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
All right.